Anyway, hey guys, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Uh, in a strange location, I'm actually in my son's garage for this evening. We had an accident, and I'm not in the lion's den like I normally am, but that's okay. That is okay with me. But anyway, tonight, man, first time ever in the state of North Carolina. We're visiting a team called First Line Paranormal. And guys, we're going to take a quick commercial. Then we're going to come back and we're going to pick these team members' heads and see what they're talking about, man. See just how much they enjoy the paranormal, talk about some of their investigations, talk a little bit about their state that they're in, and just have a little fun, like the way that we always do it on NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. So, hey, be back in one freaking minute. So, boom.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Hey, man, you guys know who I am, Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Like I said earlier, tonight you know what? I was going to say I'll take the plane, but I'm going to take the train today. Well, we took the Amtrak, man, and we just flew over to North Carolina to visit a team called First Line Paranormal. Hey, guys, introduce yourselves to the world.
What's up, world? My name's Cody, and I am the founder, lead investigator for First Line Paranormal. We're going to go on down to Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I am the co-founder of First Line Paranormal.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm Roxanne. This is Danny.
Newest team members.
Danny,
Yes.
dude, it sounds like they're picking on you already, man. So I might as well start where they left off. Tell me a little bit about yourself, D. You don't mind if I call you D, do you?
Nickname's Bulldog anyway, so it works.
All right, Bulldog. Talk to me. What's going on in your life? How did you find these guys? And and the biggest question is, what made you want to be a part of their team?
So I'm originally from Florida. I got out of the military and decided to move back up here to North Carolina. Met my wife and started working at the hospital here in town. And befriended Cody, found out that he was a paranormal investigator, and I did a little bit of paranormal investigating in Florida with another team. And when I moved up here, I really didn't know anyone at the time. So once I got to know Cody and Morgan, I said, hey, if it's cool, can we come along sometime? They had a public event. We went. Everybody gelled together well. So, we filled out an application and asked them to please grace us with the possibility of going with them on some investigations. And we got off to a rip-roaring start. So,
oh man,
here we
tell
are.
me he didn't run your credit score, did he?
Well, let's just say that the first investigation that we went on as a team, we kind of bombed out on, but that wasn't our fault. We came prepared. The location just wasn't having it. So the next one we went on just happened to be the one that really got it. So if he wants to lead into it, I'll I'll pick up where he leaves off. But the last one we went on was a doozy.
Okay, all right. We'll dive into that. Morgan, or is it Morgan?
It's Morgan, yeah.
Morgan, how long you been
Yeah.
with the team? How long you been with the team?
Since we started it. I'm the co-founder.
Okay, but let give
Time
me
in grade,
days,
Morgan.
years,
Time in
months.
grade. Come on.
What?
Time in grade. How
They
long?
make fun of me all the time.
When?
How long? I don't know how long we've been doing this. What, 2
We
years?
started in August of 2021.
So 3
Okay.
years.
3 years.
Really June, but we started really investigating in August.
Okay, hey, team, is it 4 of you guys or is it more?
There's more.
There's more,
Wow.
but it's always a ever changing door, because some people get into the paranormal, and then some of them drop out, and they're not really interested like they were when they first started. So we're always
Mhm.
recruiting and disbanding them.
Okay, now how difficult it for you guys to find somebody to join your team? Are they constantly calling you guys? You guys got to do a little advertising. What exactly you guys do to get people in your door?
Well, what we do is we set up an application form on the website, and then we'll get some
Mhm.
applicants in. As far as getting them in, we only get maybe a couple, but you really have to kind of set the bar to actually get in on the team. So, someone with prior, not paranormal experience, but just some kind of trade or hobby that you do that will benefit, the team. Because, a lot of people, when they sign up for a paranormal team, they just want to go in and say, I want to investigate. That's all I want to do. Well, there's more to it than that. With the videos that we make, I mean, there's a production to it. You got to take time to set things up. I mean, there's just a whole lot more work that goes into it than just, oh, hey, I'm here. Let's go see if there's anything spooky going on. And a lot of people don't understand that till they finally get in, and they're like, well, this isn't fun. You got to get through the hard part before you can get to the fun part,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right, man. You got to go through your trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but the question is that I have for you, Morgan, and it's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Is that okay?
Oh, man. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, a lot of people say, man, you guys are paranormal investigators. Then some might say, hey, you guys are ghost hunters. Man, can you tell me what the difference is between the two?
That's a hard question. I don't know how to answer that. The difference between paranormal investigators and ghost hunters. I guess investigators, we look more, we're not just looking for per se ghosts. We are trying to understand, well, for our team, we try to understand more in depth about what we're doing or what we're getting, like scientifically.
Mm-hmm.
By using different things, different stuff. I don't know the word I'm looking
Stuff and
for.
things.
Sorry, I've worked all day, so I'm tired, and I feel.
She's using $26 words.
Yeah, I mean, my brain is fried.
Hey, that's okay because I'm going to hit everybody on the panel with the same question.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad.
So, if I'm getting the question correctly, it's the tactics that we use, it's the equipment that we use that we're trying to find a scientific explanation for, as far as investigators go. Ghost hunters are just out to, oh, look, there's something blowing through the trees that must be a ghost. We're not out there for the pure enjoyment of, oh, let's run around and see what we can try to figure out. Oh, by the way, yeah, I think I saw something. No, it's okay. Can we explain exactly what happened? Did we use several different pieces of equipment? Did they work properly? It's just going down the list of things to say, okay, it can't be explained by any other way than potentially paranormal. So it's not just looking for a ghost, not just, oh, I heard something that must have been a ghost running through the hall. That's not how it works. We have to document everything and then go through it in the post, so to speak, while we're editing and do things like that to see what we've caught, to try and figure out if we can debunk it. If we can't, then okay, if there's no explanation for it, potentially it could be paranormal, but what was the action that was taking place at that particular time?
Right. Yeah. Like I was going to say that. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just reiterating what she said.
yeah, I was totally going to say that.
Goddamn. Hey, Danny, I like the way you think. Golly, you know what? I'm gonna stick with you. Now, a lot of people there's a lot of teams out there, man, but maybe you can answer this other hard question for me. Tell me some of your scientific methods that you guys use to validate some of your evidence at a location. And we're not going to put a cemetery on there. Now, when I mean location, I mean residential, something that's commercial. Tell me, man, just lay it all out to me.
We'll take the last one, for example, Sweet Springs in West Virginia. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it was potentially, at one point in time, it was a resort. It was a hotel. It was an insane asylum. There's been a lot of Native American activity on the property for years and years and years. We've used Ovilus, Estes method. I mean, just there's a dozen different pieces of equipment that we've used in our investigations, picking up on EVPs, picking up on, any potential voices that may come through and say certain things. We, at one point in time at Sweet Springs, utilized two different pieces of equipment that basically do about the same thing, and they were echoing each other, picking up at the same time
Same response.
the same exact responses to the questions that we were asking. During Estes method, you're pretty much isolated within your own mind, so to speak. You're listening to static coming through on the spirit box, and you're blindfolded. You're sensory deprivated in that moment, so that you can more intensely pick up on what's coming through. You hear voices coming through saying certain things. We document that every single time. We've set several static cameras up to pick up any movement. We have SLS, we have thermal, the whole 9 yards of equipment that you can use. PS device that brings out words. We've watched batteries drain on site just for no reason whatsoever. Coming into an investigation or that particular portion of investigation with a full battery and a camera, PS device, everything else, and they all just go down at one time. There's no way you can explain several batteries, several different pieces of equipment going down all at once. Music box, we sat it in a particular room away from where we were, started asking questions. Hey, mess with the spirit box, make it go off, or the music box. It starts going off and it won't stop. So we physically have to go and turn that piece of equipment off to make it stop. But what got it started in the first place? So we're trying to document every single thing that we can. Going into that investigation, we go in with the knowledge that we're going to have to use several different pieces of equipment to gain any kind of knowledge whatsoever. And we do a background check on the place before we go, just to have an idea of what may have taken place there chronologically, so that we can kind of get an idea of what we're looking for.
Okay. Well, Danny, I'm going to stop picking on you, man. You're getting too damn good at this.
Hey, give everybody else a chance too, will you?
Cody, all those devices that Danny just mentioned, if you didn't have any of those devices to at your location, what is the best device that you can use to validate activity? If you don't have any of the devices that Danny just mentioned, what can you use?
With all the extras minus all that, definitely a camera and audio, because
Nope.
that is
Nope.
not even that.
Not even that.
You use your own instinct, your body as a tool.
God damn right, man. I knew you would get one.
That basically in that list, if camera and audio for sure, if you didn't have any of all that other stuff, because there's so much stuff that we've caught audio wise with a camera that's like, what? How do you even explain that? But there has been instances too where we do, someone will feel something come through the group or any kind of temperature change. We actually use smartwatches on site, and sometimes people will look at it and be like, why is my heart rate up so much? We're just sitting here doing nothing. And it's actually, we've had other evidence, happen as that's going on. So
Yeah.
Now, how many teams out there? And you know what? I'm going to answer this question for you because I'm just going to ask myself the question. So, are there any teams out there that measures their heart rate when they're investigating? And I can say there's not many. There's not many teams that do that. Because when your heart rate goes up, man, and your hair on your bald head stands up, and even if you ain't got no damn hair, you know what I'm saying? That's telling that your body is telling you something.
Yep.
And man, is that not one of the best feelings you can ever have? I think that's the greatest, because you know that either something's coming, something's there, or something has been there and it made their presence felt.
and that the thought of that is just from experience that we have. Like, I have a law enforcement, background. Morgan's got a nursing background, and then Danny's military, and Roxanne's also nursing background. So it's like that's kind of where we get all that information from, and say, oh, let's try this because this should be at least relevant to what's going on.
All right. Hey, man, this is another tough question. And who should I give it to? Morgan, you look like you're bored over there.
I don't like these tough questions. Give me something easy. Give me something easy.
Why? I mean, dude, it's just a question.
Okay.
You guys are in the Bible Belt. Am I right? North Carolina is smack down over there.
Yes.
And, how does your community feel about what you do?
Well, a lot of people think that we worship the devil. I've been asked if I do witchy things.
Or we're crazy.
Crazy, yeah. But yeah, they really think that we are talking to demons.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
It's the Danny curse.
So, can you still hear us?
Keep answering the question.
Oh well, I mean that's about it. I don't know.
And
a lot of people think are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one investigation we had a lady ask us, "You believe in spirits? Do you believe in the Holy Spirit?" We get questions like that. So
yeah, that was in the middle of setting up for an investigation.
Yeah.
Now, okay, let me ask you a question. Is it possible that a spirit and the Holy Spirit can be one of the same, or do you think they're different?
I think they're different.
Yeah, I do too.
there's always different entities, but I mean, maybe they work differently.
Mm, okay. All right. Now, who
I,
can I pick on next? Hmm.
do Roxanne.
Well,
You haven't done her yet. Okay.
Yeah, she's going.
well, you know what? She, I'm not gonna pick on her right now, but I'm gonna zoom back up to Cody. I'm gonna zoom back up to Cody, and Cody. Uh, you know, in North Carolina, man, there's a lot of historic things uh, that a lot of old historic buildings and stuff, man. How do you guys manage to get into some of those locations?
Uh, well, first and foremost, we reach out to the owner or the caretaker of the
Mm-hmm.
property. And we kind of just, it depends on what the location is. If it's something that is advertising, hey, we're a paranormal location, then it's kind of easier to get in that conversation. But there's been times that it may be just a location that people want to go drive up to and just look at it. It's like a spectacle. I will actually send them an email out and say, "Hey, this is First Line Paranormal. This is who we are. This is what we do. Check out our videos. This is how we work. We are interested in seeing if we can investigate the property because I don't care if there's paranormal history or not. The fact of just getting in there and then seeing if there's anything paranormal happening is kind of like a step in the door because then if you go somewhere that doesn't have known history and then you start getting things, you can
Mm-hmm.
probably start piecing it together and then really looking into the background of that property and seeing what's there, and maybe even
Mm.
continue to go there and investigate more.
Okay, cool. Great answer. Now I'm gonna stick with you, Cody. Has there been ever? I mean, the church, man, they're so wishy washy. You know, have a church ever reached out to you for your help in a if they have something going on in one of their locations or they have a you know one of those members something going on, man, and the members location, and they referred, the church was like, well, hey man, I know these guys here, have that ever happened?
No, there's groups in North Carolina that's a thing, like the church is kind of open to it and they will refer out, their team to other people. But we haven't experienced that. We've done at least one residential call so far, and we have been to an actual church location, which is kind of like a church and a graveyard together. Because of claims like local claims there, and we got a couple different things, but we also debunked some of the I don't know what the word is, telltales of the place, like
Mm-hmm.
reference chapel arrest. A lot of people say, "Oh, that spot in the floor, the wooden floor, that's where the past like pastor had hung himself from the rafters." But when you
Yeah.
look at that spot in the floor, it's not from blood. It's from like a wood stove that used to be there, and it burnt the floor just a little bit, from how hot it would get.
Okay, cool. uh has there been anything that you guys can't handle? And if it's something, who do you guys call? Do you guys have a backup plan?
Um, well, I used to say we haven't run anything too crazy yet, but we have had Danny having an experience. We've all had different experiences, but his was kind of to the extreme level over there at Sweet Springs. And then we've also had our brother team, PD Region Paranormal, which we actually combined our teams together. And there's a Lost in the Static team out there now. It's just our teams together where we go and do investigations together. Now they've experienced some negative things at a location, and then they'll say, "Hey, this place is crazy. We want y'all to come out and help us investigate again." and then kind of see if we get the same things or if you can debunk anything. Because we're known to really go in and say, those noises, that's just the building, or that's just an animal around the corner. Like, we can figure that stuff out pretty quick.
Okay. Who's the psychic? Who's the medium of the team?
There's not really a medium of the team. I will say the one that's more in tune to, like, okay, this is kind of like, this feels weird to me, or this area feels weird. They get a little bit more senses than the rest of us. I would say that would be Morgan.
Yeah, she's our sensitive.
Okay.
And I think she had a slight channeling one time at the
Ooh.
old Wilkes jail. Slight.
All
Because
right,
you'll
Morgan.
see it. The way she looked at me on camera. Woo, creepy.
Morgan, tell me some of
Yeah.
the tools that you use personally. That's not a part of the team's repertoire, but something that you use that you try to figure out. Since you're the one that's got the little twinkle twitch. Everybody that has twinkle twitch has got their little twinkle little toys of their own. Which one do you use?
I use my feelings, myself, my body. Usually, depending on what location we're at. Um, I guess like with one, I feel like it was negative. The one he was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and my ears start burning, and that's not normal for me. Like, for that to happen, my ears start burning, and I just get really. I mean, I get mad. Where I got mad at that time, but I could get mad. I didn't have no reason to be mad at that point in time. I just started. My feelings were very angry.
Well, there's a remedy for that, and I usually don't tell people my secrets, Morgan, but I'm gonna tell you because I like you.
Oh, okay.
The best thing to ease everything down is, if you do an investigation, just go grab you some zingers and drink some milk, man. Zingers and milk. That's
Got
the
milk.
best remedy for you.
Oh my. Okay. Fingers and milk. Got it.
Try it. It will work. I'm telling you.
I'll
Just
try
not
it
during
next
the
time.
jail location when it's August in the middle of summer
Oh.
and we're dying of heat.
Yeah.
Well, Well, either way, zingers and milk will help you out. It's never failed me. But I always eat 6. You might want to start off with 1 and give the other 2 to Cody.
To answer Angel's questions, how many investigations do we do a month? It just really depends. Right now, we haven't really done that much. And with our our primary jobs and responsibilities, it kind of gets in the way. So we try to do a couple a year. And then how many investigators do we have? We have what, 7 or 8 or something like that. Not all active, but about 7 or 8.
Wow. So many different personalities.
Yeah.
That's true.
All different backgrounds.
Different beliefs. Some of us
Yep.
believe differently than others.
But somehow, some way, y'all managed to make all that work.
We make it work.
We're open. Yeah, we're open because that's all about paranormal investigating and just really getting a good study on everything.
It's working together as a team. Everybody's open to suggestion and say, hey, let's try this, let's do that, blah, blah, blah. If one of us comes up with an idea, we're all willing to run in and try it and see what happens and go from there. If we can.
Yeah, dude, because without a foundation for a team, you're not going to have a team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without a foundation, you're not going to build that house.
Correct.
And I think every team out there, some do, some don't, but that's what it's all about, man. If you can't trust the person next to you, then what's the point?
Right.
You know
we
what I'm
have
saying?
we have a hell of a team, and we're all friends to go along with that. So we kind of bounce off of one another and say, hey, maybe we should try this next, or maybe we should go here and try that. You know, Cody sometimes has a tendency to wander off by himself and just go kind of check things out at other locations while the rest of us are trying to get a feel for the place. He's just kind of off doing his own thing, but he'll say, "Hey, man, maybe we need to go over here and do an Estes, or maybe we have to go over here and try to see if we can pick up an EVP, or I thought I saw something down here, so let's go and check it out and put a static camera there." And we kind of mesh well together. So
Well, you know, that's pretty cool that you guys will do that, man. You guys got that family mentality going, and that's the way all the teams should be. You know.
Absolutely.
So who should I pick on next? I mean, there's so many choices. You know, Morgan, I'm gonna keep it simple.
Okay, I could do simple. I could do simple.
I'm gonna be straight with it, and I'm gonna be simple.
Okay.
What do you think about Hollywood?
What do I think about Hollywood?
Yeah, what do you think, and how do you think? I mean, what do you think the way they portray what we take so passionately, that we do, we take so passionately, but yet Hollywood seems to want to put a little giggle behind it and make it, well, it's all this, it's all fun and giggles, and it's really not. People can actually get hurt in the stuff that we do. You know what I'm saying? So Hollywood makes it, I mean, they make it so simple, like a 13-year-old can go pick up a K2 or go pick up some dowsing rods and do what it took us years and years and years to understand and to perfect. Is that even fair for people like me and you that's done this for a long time?
No, and it really makes me mad because, for one, when the people that don't do this, you know, when they watch shows like that and they find out that, oh, this show was faking it, or they're actually faking it, then they really turn around and think that we're the same way when we're not. I feel like our teams like that we have in real life, we are more real than anything. And I wish they showed more, on TV, like teams like ours and other teams out there that actually are not fake. Um, and it just makes me mad that they go around and do the things that they do. And yeah, go ahead.
Cody, can you answer that question?
No, we haven't. We haven't really done anything public wise except, I guess, go to like paranormal cons and Bigfoot cons and stuff like that, and just kind of have a table. But no, we've never actually done like a teaching setting, and it's only because we've only been around for 4 years, three close to 4 years, and I feel like we're still learning. So why should I teach something to people if I'm still in the learning process of it?
That's a good question, but can I give you an answer for that?
Yeah.
Cody, no matter if you've been in the field for 40 years, we're still learning.
Yeah.
We are still learning.
Always.
Whoever is writing that book on how to be a paranormal investigator, bro, you might as well just give it up, because we're never going to catch up with who's ever writing. For every page that this guy, for every page that we read, these guys, or whoever they are writing 2 more pages. It's just they're writing, it's constantly. So nobody who's ever, man, it's not just going to happen, man. You just got to teach what you know and make sure you're genuine when you teach somebody, and when you're educating somebody. You just got to make sure you teach you actually telling them the right way so they can understand it, and and just be and just be true to it. But as far as ever learning, man, people can be here 90 years and they wouldn't know. They'll probably know just as much stuff as you know today.
Yeah, I don't mind giving uh tips and a little bit of knowledge here and there, but a presentation, I don't know.
I think,
Not quite
bro,
there yet.
I think you can do it.
I think
Knowledge sharing is the biggest key to it. Keep it simple, but share the knowledge that you have with others to see if maybe there's something that you haven't figured out what to do yet. If they have an idea, try to run with it and maybe refine it so that you can use it in the future. Maybe somebody else has not figured something out yet and you have. Share that knowledge with them and let them run with it and see what happens. I mean, that's
Danny,
it.
you're going places, man. You
Well, it's, like you said, it's an ever evolving thing. And right now, there's somebody coming up with a piece of equipment that's going to blow our minds tomorrow. You know, if,
yes.
if we can
Okay.
just continue to use what we have, and especially paying attention, like Morgan said earlier, to our own senses, and when we pick up on things, figure out what we need to do as quickly as possible to try and get that documentation out there.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Cody, I'm coming back to you, baby. Okay. Man, 25 years into the future, you're 33 years old. Nice looking
I
guy.
wish.
Hey, come on now. You got to give yourself a little credit. Nice looking guy. But you discovered the one device that can solve all this paranormal drama stuff. You found a device that can actually communicate with the other side. The question that I have for you is, would you want to share that knowledge? Would you want to tell people what you discovered, or would you keep that to yourself?
I'm just kidding. Yes, I would. Because, and we've already seen it this year, there's people out there that say, oh, we have this gift and we can share this out to everyone as long as you're a part of this experiment. But yet, we can't give all the answers and we don't want to give all the information out, even though it would help the paranormal community if you did so. So that stuff right there enrages us, and we want to share that knowledge. If you get to the top of the pinnacle of the paranormal and being able to figure out what's actually going on and what's communicating and everything else, that information should be shared out to everybody else.
Mm,
And that's what we're trying to get
okay.
to.
Now, how, Morgan? Let's stay on the same topic. How do you think the world will react to information or a device such as something like that?
I still think that there would be people that are skeptics. Um, I don't think that everybody would believe it because some people don't want to believe it, and especially for us where we come from the Bible Belt, a lot of denominations believe when you die, you either go to heaven or hell. There's no in between spiritual world. But we don't know, and I've told a lot of my friends that we don't know what happens until we die. So we really don't know.
Now, do you think people would use that knowledge for good, for bad? How do you think that knowledge, how do you think something that powerful, how do you think us as humanity, people, how do you think we would use something like that?
I guess it depends on the person. Like if they are not such a good person, and if they thought, well, I don't know, I guess this is it. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I think it would depend on the person though.
I think personally, I think if something like that falls in the wrong hands, I think they can use it for other stuff.
Yep.
And I think that there are people out there that would use it for goodwill, and and prepare up. If you know what's going on the other side, you will want to use that knowledge to prepare others for what's coming one day. So
Yeah.
that's
Sure, yeah.
that's how I would see it. But don't get me wrong, but there are powers out there that we use it, to do some weird stuff. And for every up there's a downer, positive, negative, wrong, right. We know all. The thing is, we know what's right.
Yeah.
Everybody on the planet knows what's right.
Mhm.
But there's always that left who knows it's right but want to do wrong with it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it oh man, it irritates me, man, because could it be something like that out there right now, and people are just thinking we're not ready for it?
Well, how long did it take for the government to say UFOs are real?
Shit, 500 years.
Right.
Well, if
Wow.
they had that knowledge, do you think that they would let us have it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no, I'm going on a watch list. Sorry.
Hell, I've been on there.
uh, I
Hey,
mean,
Curse, man. It's the Perkins curse.
but that's okay, But hey, long as I continue trying to educate people and I'm trying to learn from people, it's a give and take thing. Hey, if you want to
Absolutely.
educate me, I'm listening. If you want to if I can let me educate you, I hope you're listening. So, it's a give and take. I don't care what the government says. They can kiss my hairy butt. Oh, shouldn't say that.
Look out.
yeah.
Woo!
That's
Now
just
tell them how
like
you
the
really
guys
feel.
that's the guys from PD Region, our sister group that we go with on Lost and Static. Those guys have been in the field for 30 years. These guys are a wealth of knowledge, and I respect each and every one of those guys to the nth degree. Man, they come hard on an investigation. They bring it, and it's everything I can do to keep up with those guys, man, because they
Mhm.
got it going on.
Right. Now, okay, Cody, and this is for Cody and Morgan because you guys are founder and co-founder of the team. Would you guys would ever consider, uh, putting a junior team together to get the next generation of paranormal investigators ready? Would you guys consider doing that?
You
Uh-oh.
want to answer that?
I don't listen. I am not on top of my game tonight, so you go ahead.
Um, we've had a couple of junior people that actually really do enjoy our content, but it's always up to the parents as to whether they allow that or not, and whether they allow that or not in the household. As far as putting like a junior team together, I don't know. It starts, especially in our state. I think it really starts stepping on people's toes. If we were to do something like that, and that's just with all of the religious beliefs.
Mm, okay. Let's talk religious beliefs. Interesting topic because I think the Catholic Church has had their feet down in the paranormal since day one. Since day one, guys. Since the Catholic Church was founded, they've always had they've always sent somebody to do their dirty work, and you know, they always deny things and to cover up things, but these are the ones that set the foundation for what we do today. Would y'all agree with me?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Because can you imagine a world without Van Helsing? Okay, Van Helsing was one of those guys that the Catholic Church sent out to investigate.
Yeah.
The same thing that we do today. He was a paranormal investigator. We're paranormal investigators. We bring back our evidence and we share it with the world. Now, the difference between the two of us is he brought his evidence back and they concealed everything. They put it in the vault. Now, how big that vault is, I don't know. But I know it's pretty damn big.
Oh, yeah.
So why do you think the Catholic Church has backed away from what we do? What we do now, they consider, hey, man, that's frowned upon. That's not right. But yeah, you guys were doing it for almost 500 years.
I
So
think
how is
because
that what we do is wrong and you set the blueprint for it?
I think a lot of people in religions, and I say this very nicely because I am a religious person, but I think a lot of people are closed-minded people. They're closed. They don't have an open mind to what they just want to believe one thing, and uh,
Right.
you
Yes.
know, they're not open to what else could be out there. It's just one thing and one thing only, and this is how it's going to be. When they really don't know. They don't know.
I think a lot of it though is you see so many for entertainment only teams that's only there for the hits on Facebook or they get popular on TV, and it's so of course you're going to look down on an industry that's doing it for profit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a lot of it. It's not just for entertainment if you take it seriously, but the entertainment part of it has really put a bad spin on the paranormal investigation.
That's where I think the Catholic Church comes down is
Yeah.
look at how many people are out there doing this and they're just trying to make money on it. So
Yeah.
they poo-poo it and say, oh no, don't listen to that. They don't know what they're talking about. They have, but the purists like ourselves that go out and do this all the time, not for profit, not for glory. We go out to collect evidence, bring back, share amongst our community and say, hey, how can we explain this? Is this potentially paranormal or is this something, it was a creaking floorboard or, the wind blew the door shut, whatever the case may be. If we can document that and say specifically, no, it's not, everybody's going to have their detractors. And I believe the Catholic Church is one of the biggest ones, like you say, that just, hey, listen to what we tell you to believe and don't believe what you can see, hear, feel, and smell. It's
Yeah.
if they're not on scene with you doing it with you, I don't worry about what they say.
You're absolutely right. Cody, you look bored, bro. You're looking, you look bored.
I love it when my team talks because it took like years before they actually started honing in on the whole podcast thing.
Well, you know what? They're doing a hell of a damn good job. And I'm throwing some hard questions at them.
That's right.
I know what
Hey,
Cody
Teach them. Teach them.
Pizza?
Don't beat them. Teach them.
Oh, I thought you said pizza. I like Cody's buying pizza after the podcast.
I like pizza. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
This team wants pizza.
Yeah.
Peaches
Hey.
for me.
Pizza.
Hey, you know what? I got the number to Hey, call DoorDash and you can be in North Carolina, man, and hey, you can get some pizza here. I ain't got no problem with that.
I got you hooked up right here.
Yeah. You know what? Cody, you guys only been doing this for a short amount of time, 3 years, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
3 years. So you guys, oh man, how can I say this? Oh, yeah, man, it's gonna
It's
be a
gonna be a
tough
good
one. I
one.
thought it was gonna be easy, but I'm trying to make this as easy as it could. You know what? You know what? Forget that question. You know, hey, would you guys? How do you guys feel about cemeteries?
I love them.
Everybody seems to love cemeteries, but I personally just don't see a point to go to them. I mean, you're gonna get. I think you're gonna get some kind of activity either way. Um, but there was only one that we actually have done because it was a part of the main location. You know, I think if it's a part of a location and the
Mm-hmm.
building itself has got some activity and the property, the grounds has activity, then it's worth going there because that's going to be a part of that investigation as a whole.
Right.
But is there cemeteries that I can say, oh, there's a cemetery down the street, let's go down there?
No.
Nah, not for me.
Not for you, brother. There are cemeteries in Texas that would chase you right out of your underwear.
There's some
And
big ones too.
I'm just being honest with you, man. There are some cemeteries down here you don't want to mess with. And you know what? And they're open to the public, but there is a warning sign on there. Enter at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to give you one warning and one warning only. And if you go in there and you get ran out,
Yeah.
you know it's just one of those. Hey, they warned you.
Where I'm originally from in Florida, there's a couple of cemeteries in the town that I lived in that are very historic, old cemeteries that, for years and years and years and years, people have claimed that are haunted, that, have certain things going on there. And to go there and see for yourself, okay, great. Maybe today's not their day. Maybe tomorrow's the day. Who knows? But I've been to several of them. You know, each one has its own little draw that, people want to claim that they've seen or that they've experienced or what have you. But I don't think cemeteries themselves as a standalone is going to be the deciding factor on whether or not someone believes in the paranormal. I don't believe that's, it takes years of trying to gain knowledge about certain things, and you have way too many variables out in the open. There's just all kinds of things that can, influence your decision.
Peaches for me.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear you.
I thought
No
there was a sound
sound.
delay.
No sound. No.
Leave it to Danny. He can read lips.
Hey, man. That's what you get.
He said,
See if-
You know sign language, you can read
See if he
lips.
knows sign language.
What did you call my mama?
oh, Lord.
Best time to go is between October and November, where emotions are high.
Still
No.
no sound.
No sound.
Oh, you're on mute. Oh, no, you're not.
He's trying to fix it.
I see it. We still can't hear you.
Nope. I think what happens is like he has like an internet connection or something that happens because the screen goes black, and then it probably messed with his audio or something.
Yeah.
Is there any questions from chat?
I don't think everything is on his end is syncing right now.
Well, back to the cemetery until I think the older the better on that. Like, if it's a really old, historic, as he says, cemetery, I think you could get some really good stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just some part of me says I think it's kind of a respect thing too, and
Yeah,
you know,
I gotcha.
Well, there should always be respect, no matter what.
yeah.
How do you talk to a ghost?
With respect.
With respect. And
you don't know what that ghost is capable of.
And of course, equipment. You know, we try to, like Danny says, we try to fit the best piece of equipment for that situation at the time. So if we're getting like voices down the hall, then of course we're gonna want to try to use, you know, a voice recorder or something. Oh, I think he's back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Got it.
I don't know.
Hey, we were just rolling. We were just rolling without you. It's okay.
Well, you know what? Hey, you're a future podcaster. Keep up the good work.
Perkins curse.
Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, how's the podcast going so far? Are you guys enjoying yourselves?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, you know what? I appreciate it.
It's a rare occasion that we all get together on a podcast and we're able to talk to someone else other than, you know, just amongst ourselves and try to get that information out there. So bring the questions on, man. Just let it fly.
All right. Well, you know what, Danny? I'm going to pick on you some more.
You asked for it.
You know, let's see if I can. How can I put this one? What would your mom and dad still around? I keep it simple.
Mom, yes. Dad, no.
So, what do they think about what you do in your spare time?
Mom's of an older generation, so she's okay with me doing whatever as long as I'm doing it safely. There's no major issues as far as my health and well-being, but I definitely did not tell her what happened to me on the last investigation. So that's one of those things that, you know, after you're in the military for so long, you learn not to tell people about certain things.
I understand. Trust me. What about you, Morgan? What does your family think about what you do?
I don't think they really care what I do. I don't know. My mom watches our episodes that we put out there. She's been on a couple of our lives and commented, so I think she's supporting us. But I don't think she really cares.
Okay, cool. Inspector Cody, what does your family think?
I hate to put them on the spot, but you know, when we first started, they try to be very supportive with what I do, and then at the beginning they really supported the team. They were liking stuff on Facebook. They were checking out our lives. We went to Trans-Allegheny, and did a live there. You know, my mom was up on there 11, 12 o'clock at night, which is crazy to think, you know, that she'd stay up that late and watch.
Oh.
But as they started getting more involved with the church and things, they really withdrew from it. And then whenever we started talking about it, you know, at the house and stuff, she'd be like, "Well, y'all still do that?" And you know, y'all are messing with with bad things, and the list goes on. So
Mhm.
they do not support it anymore. Does that keep them from loving me? Nah. But as far as the paranormal and stuff goes, we usually don't talk about it anymore.
Okay. It's weird how the church, you know, say one thing and do another. The Holy Ghost. Woo! Man, hey, you seen the Blues Brothers, man. The Holy Ghost had him flipping and turning. They all dancing in the church and everything.
Yep.
Oh, but that's different. And
Yeah.
we're not allowed to go searching for stuff, or and asking any questions, which I've read the
Wait.
Bible and those different verses, but
Wow. Okay, but is it not the same when the Holy Ghost jumps into you? What's the difference? Man, the Holy Ghost can make you do backflips.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. How
And the
something
wrong
can
ghost can choke you down.
yeah, how it can be so double standard. I mean, it seemed like it's just double standard. And you know what? It seemed like this field we're set up to fail, but there are so many of us out there that are overachievers. It's like everything we do is wrong when it comes to the church. Everything.
Mhm.
But here's the question is, who does the freaking church calls? When something's going on, who do they call? They don't call Ghostbusters. They call us. Am I right?
I mean, I don't know of any churches around our neighborhood that's be calling the paranormal teams, but
there is some though.
I mean, maybe yeah.
I've had a couple of teams on the podcast. The church has actually reached out to them and say, hey man, I need for you guys to go over to this certain location, this certain family who's having a situation, and we need to figure out what's going on.
And there's some in North Carolina too, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. Only difference is they won't talk about it.
No.
Well, you'll get that phone call, but they won't talk. They would deny it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to the
Deniability.
whole open-mindedness.
Mm-hmm. But the minute you're in church and you're doing backflips, it's okay.
Sure.
It's okay. Hey, so what else does First Line Paranormal? What else do you guys do? Are you guys just in the paranormal, or are you guys in the cryptid, UFOs? What exactly do you, if you're not, if you guys aren't into it, or you guys consider expanding your horizon?
We're interested in it all. I mean, if you do one, you have to have somewhat of a speculation on the other things too. I get fascinated when the new story comes out that someone has seen Bigfoot. And there's been times during our podcast where we actually go over news like that, and where people post a video or a sound clip of them saying, "Oh, I caught Bigfoot somehow, some way." But then we go and watch it and we're like, yeah, no, that's just like an animal out in the distance, or
Mhm.
or the sound of a different animal. So, but
Biggest
all of it intrigues us. Like I said, we went to I think it was Rockinham's. I'm trying to remember what it's called, Encounter Quest Con, and it's mainly about Bigfoot, but
And aliens.
there's a lot of and aliens, but there's a lot of different tables there. And then me and First Line Paranormal and PD Region will show up, and we show off the paranormal side.
Mm. Okay, well, let's keep it paranormal, man. The biggest thing this year that people are talking about is what went down in Miami. What went down in Miami? Now, have you guys looked at the videos on YouTube?
I don't think I've heard of this yet. Have you, Danny?
I've seen one of the videos on YouTube, but I don't the one that I saw, I really don't believe that it was an issue of aliens.
Mm-hmm.
To say that it's not true, no, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But the one video I saw was just mainly shadow and light play to make everything look like whatever was there was much bigger than what it was. And I don't think it was an alien.
Okay, now the question that I have for you is, what would cause such a response in a community where every cop in the community, dude, there was over 200 cops there at that one mall. What would cause such a reaction to a police force like that?
Lots of calls.
And then the government shows up, the Men in Black shows up, and started confiscating phones.
Okay, I missed all this.
Wait, what happened? What was seen?
So
I need to know.
So in Miami, there was an incident just about a month ago where the original tagline in the media was that there were aliens at the Miami Mall. And that law enforcement showed up because people started freaking out and saying that there was aliens everywhere. And one of the videos that I saw was from either like a drone feed or helicopter from overhead, and there was a large shadow that crossed between the building and the law enforcement vehicles that were sitting on site. And allegedly there was an alien walking through the scene. That particular shot, I don't believe was an alien. It looks too staged, so to speak. It looks like a person walking next to the building and their shadow being cast along the side of the building. Now, the other videos that I have not seen, I can't say one way or the other, but is the possibility there that exists that, 200 cops all saw the exact same thing? Yes, absolutely. Am I going to sit here and deny that? Absolutely not. I have not gone through the footage. I was not there, but can I objectively look at it and say, okay, they've encountered something, obviously, but can we drill down on it and see exactly what it is? It's one of those things that's open to speculation, but 200 law enforcement officers are not going to be completely wrong on something.
That's right.
Exactly. And what really gets me is when the government shows up and just pretty much shuts everything down.
That's wild.
And they went in, but hell, they went in, but you don't see them coming back out.
Exactly.
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, Terry, I'm going to throw something out at you, just my own personal opinion on this. Aliens, unexplainable phenomena, Bigfoot, whatever else you want to consider as part of the cryptid and undocumented side of it that we really can't figure out, has to exist, in my opinion. That's just me talking. It has to exist. Something is there. There's smoke. We just haven't figured out where exactly the fire is yet.
Right?
Too many mirrors.
Here's the thing. Who am I to say, hey, these guys come down from a long way, thousands, millions of miles. Who am I to tell them that they can't pop in the mall and go shopping at the supermarket? Who am I to say that they can't do that? You can
they
go
just wanted to go get a Gucci bag. Somebody was looking for that Louis Vuitton, man.
Yeah.
It's funny
that they can't.
It's funny that
you want to go shoot them?
No,
I wouldn't.
We don't want to shoot them.
Hey, if you that tall, dude, you got to be on my 7-on-7 basketball team. That's all I'm saying.
It's funny because I just watched a relative video today, actually, on that particular topic. The idea that, these guys fly millions of miles to, come and aggravate us for whatever reason doesn't jive. It's not one of those things. They are us in the future, is the claim. So there's 2030, 2045, and 2050 out there. So the 45s and the 50s have differing ideas about how the timeline should run. And the 45s want us to go in a negative direction, and the 50s are here to try and, help us go in the right direction. Do I believe it all? If I see some evidence of, what should or shouldn't be, then okay, I can make a determination. But it's a far-fetched idea, but listening to some of the points that the guy has to talk about, I could see it potentially happening, but like I say, it's a stretch. It's
Morgan, what you think about all this?
Well, I haven't heard about it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I really don't know.
They're taking your Newman Marcus, man.
I mean, okay. So, I mean, I'm there with you. Like, if they want to go to the mall, go to the mall. I don't care. As long as they ain't like, coming in my house, I'm good.
Sale, man.
The biggest question is that I have for you guys is everybody has a cell phone. And I'm pretty sure every person in that mall has a cell phone. There was not one clear video of this whole damn thing going down. Or even as they allegedly, some kid had a gun and the cops went in there and shot him. Okay, so if this kid had a gun and they shot him, damn, where in the hell is the parents should be suing somebody? Something should be going on. This is a massive cover up. Man, this is huge.
There's always something the government's covering up. If nobody's figured that out yet, then you might be living under a rock.
Well, here's the unfortunate thing about it. They just now, in the last couple of years, validated that there are aliens out there. Now the aliens show up. Oh, now they're not out there anymore because the Men in Black showed up, because these guys were out, trying to hit a sale. They wanted to stop them. So you find irony.
Man, getting that 2-for-1 Louis Vuitton, man, that's a damn deal.
Define irony.
That's going to be a meme one day.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. Man, we've been on the show for an hour and 13 minutes. It's been very interesting. I really enjoyed you guys. You guys are a great team, man. I mean, you guys are humble. You guys seem like you guys are going in the right directions, man. You keep it interesting. But, this is not quite the end of the podcast. I got a couple more questions for you, if that's okay. Morgan. Hi, Morgan. Can you wave at me? I mean, she's like, I'm bored.
Man, no, I'm not bored. I'm just tired.
Yeah, she works all day and gets home tired.
Well, you know what, man? That's the life of a paranormal investigator.
Yeah.
You investigate when you're tired.
I look like this when we're investigations too. So.
Hey, we're like vampires, man. Sleep all day, party all night. If you guys ain't never watched The Lost Boys, that's what they did.
Yep.
A classic, instant classic movie.
Some of us are going to tell our age.
Well,
Morgan
I'm
Brain
only
doesn't
20.
know what the Lost Boys is.
Hey, I'm only 23. I just seen it on Hulu a couple of days ago.
I didn't get this way for nothing.
But you know what, man? I would not change my age for nothing. I mean, I love being my age. My kids are grown. I had my kids when I was 20. I was married for 33 years. And ain't too many people out there can say that they've been with one woman for 33 years. 3 children, man, I would not change my children for anything. I got one that's going through, my youngest one's in college. My other one is doing unbelievable things. And my oldest one is doing great things also. But unfortunately, I don't have any grandchildren yet. And maybe one day they'll come.
Yep.
Be careful what you wish for.
One day, maybe one day they come, because before mom left the planet, before she passed away, that was her one goal, to see her first grandchild, and unfortunately that never happened. But I think she knows they're coming. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. But getting back to you, Morgan. Come on, man. Can I get a smile?
No snoring.
Okay, you know what, Morgan, your bucket list. Everybody has a bucket list. Like to go investigate, no matter in the world. Where would you like to go on your bucket list? And don't say Alcatraz.
Because you'll never get to do that. Sorry to say.
No.
We can't afford it.
Right?
I don't know. I would like to go do the Conjuring house.
Okay. I think we can do that. I mean, we can put that together for you.
Or the Hinsdale house. Either one.
Okay. And why that house? Of all the places on the earth, why that particular place?
I don't know. I just think there's a lot that has happened. Well, especially at both places really, but the Hinsdale house, a lot has happened there, and not only in the house but on the land.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just like to go out there and experience, see what I feel there.
Okay. Inspector, where would you like to go, brother?
Just because I'm odd, weird, and quirky. And I love things that go boom. I would personally like to go to the Winchester house,
Oh, yeah, that's a
because I think that would be fun, and you'll be in a state of confusion the entire time you're investigating. That sounds fun.
Oh man, I was born that way, so that would be fun for me.
I mean, you'd be going down a hall, and all of a sudden you run into a thing of stairs that leads up to nothing, and you just got all kinds of weird oddities in there. So
Yeah.
and the story behind it is very intriguing.
Okay. All right. Big D, where would you like to go, man?
Dyatlov Pass,
Say who?
Russia.
Russia.
Wait. Is this where this is in? Oh man.
Dyatlov Pass is where the 9 hikers allegedly got attacked by something, but they don't know what.
Oh, Bigfoot.
And the very last picture in the camera on the film is of a large figure coming around the corner at them. And they cut their way out of the tent and ran out into a blizzard and were found later on all dead by who knows what. So
You know what? You know what? We're going to talk about that. That's going to be the last topic of the day. All right. Young lady, where would you like to go?
Well, I'm always fascinated with very old things. So anywhere in Europe, any old castles, Ireland, any old castle there, things like that fascinate me. So that's where I would like to go anywhere in the world.
Okay. Okay. Well, me, myself, since Inspector Cody didn't ask me the question, where would I like to go?
We was getting there.
Yeah, guys, like I'm a big history buff. I love history. I mean, if it wasn't for history, then I don't know where this place would be right now. But
Most definitely.
history says a lot, and it speaks to you. It and it tells you, no matter what, how many people died, we died for a reason. We died for the simple fact we don't want this to happen again. And with that said, I would have to go to Normandy Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, that
good.
would be a good one.
Just to
Yeah.
see 18 and 19-year-olds, getting shot down with 50 cows. Dude, can you imagine what those guys were going through and what they felt when they were on the U-boats?
Yeah. I
There's no
didn't.
way to do that. You know?
You know, despite whatever war that this country has been through since the Vietnam War. My dad was in Vietnam War. Uh, the Desert Storm and all these other wars are insignificant compared to World War II.
Right.
World War II changed the world, not World War One. They said World War One was the war to end all wars, but if that was the case, you wouldn't have World War II.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, it was just one of those things, man, because I'm a big history buff and I watch TV. If you guys have not watched Masters of the Air, I urge you guys to watch that TV show.
Okay.
It would tell a lot about how these 18, 19, 20-year-old kids were flying fortresses, getting shot down, getting killed, and how the rotation was like every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every week, guys. And just think, one of these guys that have been rotated in could have been our child. And some of these guys didn't come back. They get sent up there and didn't come back. Man, can you imagine what these guys were going? The sacrifices that they that they did.
Right.
And it's just, oh my God, dude, it's unbelieving. And just having that feeling of not knowing that, hey, I might not be here tomorrow or the next day or the next day after that. It's just one of those things. But guys, hey.
Terry, do you know if anyone's actually went and documented anything there as far as like on video? Because I might want to look that up here soon.
Actually, guys, from what I was told is France government has shut that beach down because it's so many live rounds that are still there.
Okay.
There's no way that they can even, without a ground detection,
Yeah.
they probably would never. It's been
Right.
locked down for years.
Gotcha.
But
That'd
the
be
force,
interesting.
but the German fortifications above, I think somebody investigated those.
Okay.
So I think there's a guy on YouTube that actually did it. But that's some heavy shit right there, man.
Yeah, you got me curious now. I'm about to start looking some stuff up, see what people's
Yeah.
done.
Another thing, and I would love to go to Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's one of those places, man, you just need a napkin because you're going to cry.
I was gonna say, I think you would feel so the sadness would overcome you too much, I think.
Yeah, it would be. Hey, man, that would be the day you would see a grown man cry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man. And I was always told, man, grown men don't cry, but you will. Man, yeah,
Not if you step foot on that ground.
yeah. It's one of those things, man. Heavy, man. I think there's so much ash there, and that they laid out in the back, dude. There's ash is going to be there forever.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I don't think I could go there.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things, man. All right, guys. Hey, Inspector Cody, tell the world how to get a hold of you guys.
Well, you can find us on Facebook. We gotta throw Facebook in there first. Facebook.com/firstline paranormal. And then you can definitely go check out our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Search up First Line Paranormal. We should start popping up at the top of the feed there. And then of course, if you want to check out our brother team, it's going to be PD Region Paranormal, and definitely check out our collaboration team, because we've got a really good video on there now. Cabin on 360 in Virginia. Just type in Lost in the Static. Definitely type in paranormal there, because of course that's a song from a band as well. So that's gonna be what's pop up first, unless you put in paranormal. But definitely go check that out. We've got another video in the making now. It's about 70 to 80% done. We did a warehouse location. That's the one I was speaking about earlier, when they had some negative activity there. So there's a little bit of what's the word? Provoking there. And then and we also have our Sweet Springs video that I'm going to be doing right after that. Depending on how much footage we got of that, because again, our equipment kept dying at a certain location, or certain place in the location. So we don't even know if, I think there may be some corrupt video, maybe some lost footage too. So we'll see how that turns out.
Okay. Hey, guys. It has been a pleasure speaking with you, and I really enjoyed you guys coming on the show. You know, it's just, man, teams like you guys, man, make it real easy, for people that want to be paranormal investigators, because you guys make it so easy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, nothing but success with you guys. I hope to hear from you guys from here on out. Let's not just end this with the podcast. Let's continue being friends.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can have us on anytime. Maybe come over on our side a little bit,
Sure. I didn't even know you guys had a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, what's the name? What's the name of it?
It's just, we do it on our page, we will get on there and talk, usually between the two teams, but sometimes we like to have some guests on there and talk with them. Like you said, it's a give and take,
Well, don't consider me a guest. Consider me as family.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having us on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Even though Morgan went to sleep on me.
No, I didn't go to sleep.
Hey, I relate.
Oh my God.
But it's okay.
Oh.
You kind of broke my heart when you went to head nod.
No, I just gotta hold my head up,
Mm-hmm. Oh, you blame it on the headphones now.
Yeah.
My headphones are heavy.
All right, hey guys. Hey man, like I say earlier, man, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. I really do. You know what I'm saying? But
thank you for having us.
Yeah, man. Hey, now what days do you guys tell the world on what days you guys podcast on your channel? I mean, on your Facebook.
Well, First Line hasn't really done any in a while, but we do try to stay active on the Lost in the Static one, which it gets shared out to, First Line and PD, just like this. We use StreamYard for it. So we try to do those the third Wednesday. The third Wednesday of every month, because we saw that it was very time consuming when you try to do it every week. at the same day, same time. So we do it every third Wednesday of the month. That way we get a little bit of time in between and we have something to talk about. And we can actually make that obligation. So we actually our next one is I think it's coming up the 20th.
Yep.
I believe March 20th of this month we'll do one.
Cool.
We also play games and some, stuff.
Did you say you play games? You're
We play games on the.
Yeah, the last one we did like a movie dub game where it would play a clip from an older movie, and then we all put in answers for it, and it plays it back to each answer. It's really funny.
I don't want to show my age too much now.
Hey, 23 is not bad.
No, it's not. We're having a kid that's 31 and 28 and 22.
Oh God.
I'm just trying to figure, how did that happen?
Danny can tell you.
Oh, hey, easy now.
Well, hey, D, you're gonna have to tell me your secrets, man. But anyway, guys, hey, let me get out of here, man. And like I say, appreciate you guys coming on the show. Hey, everybody out there that was listening tonight, all you guys that was on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all you guys out there in Japan and in the UK that came on and said hello to the team, especially you guys from South Texas. I really appreciate you guys. You guys do an unbelievable job down there supporting me, and I really, really appreciate it. But all you guys that were on all the platforms tonight, do me a big freaking favor. Go to this team's Facebook page. Hey, man, hit that like, hit that share, hit that whatever we need to do. Just on the YouTube, whatever page they're on, platform, let's get these numbers up. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's get these numbers up, man.
Yay.
And don't forget to hit my numbers too, man.
Yeah. He's the one getting people out there. Come on.
I make a deal with all you guys out there, man. If you guys hit me up, get my numbers up, man, I promise to go to the store and buy myself some zingers.
Zingers.
Hey, you might run into some aliens though if it's on sale.
Well, they're gonna have to fight me for it.
There you go.
All right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday, man. I really appreciate it.
Terry, thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
We
Yes,
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, don't feel free now. Feel free to share this out with any and everybody you want. If you got a team out there that wants to come on a pretty good podcast, which I think mine's is, feel free to contact me and I'll see if I can get them in. Actually, I've had like 8 teams contact me within the last 2 days, and I got the month of March. Every weekend is full of podcasting. And I just got the month of April full of podcasting. I got the last. Well, I'll take it back. I got the last weekend in April available. So I'm actually fixing to run into May, and I got all these people that want to come on the show. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm doing something right. Or maybe I just share a lot of love and a lot of support for everybody.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. It's never about me, the host. Is always about the guest. And that's what I focus on the most. So, but with enough said, hey guys, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Signing off. Peace. Hey, you guys enjoy the rest, man. See you guys later.
Happy